Let's talk about something that most of us have in our wallet right now, a credit card. But I'm going to bet the story behind that little piece of plastic is not what you think it is. We're about to break down how it's actually a brilliantly designed trap, engineered for one single purpose, to keep you paying. See, you think you're in control, right? It's just a simple swipe here, a tap there. But what if I told you that every time you use your card, you're playing a game? A game where the bank wrote all the rules and they're using your own brain against you. All right, let's get right into it. The first secret, the real key to the entire credit card trap, it isn't buried in the fine print, it's literally inside your head. The whole system is built on exploiting a tiny psychological glitch in how we feel about money. There's a term for this. Neuroscientists call it the pain of paying. When you hand over actual physical cash, like a $20 bill, your brain feels a little pinch, a real tangible sense of loss. But when you swipe a card, poof, that pain is just gone. It's abstract. It's just a piece of plastic. And trust me, that is not an accident. It's the entire foundation of the industry. So what happens when you remove that pain? Well, we spend more. A lot more. Study after study shows people spend somewhere between 12 and 18% more when they pay with a card instead of cash. The banks didn't just stumble upon this fact. They built a multi-trillion-dollar industry on it. So yeah, they've hacked your psychology. That's step one. But that's only half the story. Now we get to the cold, hard numbers. And this is where we see the mechanics of the mathematical trap they've built. This is where it gets really, really nasty. We've all seen this on our statement. The minimum payment. It's presented as this helpful, manageable little option, right? A kind of safety net for when things are tight. But it's not a lifeline. It's the anchor. It is the single most powerful tool the bank has to keep you in their debt, not just for years, but for decades. Okay, let's put a real number to this. $5,000. That's a pretty common amount of credit card debt. Maybe it was a medical bill, a sudden car repair, or, just life getting expensive. It feels like a huge number, but that tiny minimum payment makes it feel like you can handle it. But here is the brutal reality that they hide from you. If you have that $5,000 debt at a pretty standard interest rate, say 20%, and you only make the minimum payments, how long do you think it would take to pay it all off? The answer is it's shocking. 30 years. That's a 30-year financial sentence for a $5,000 balance. And what's the total cost at the end of that 30-year sentence? Over $17,000. That's right, you paid more than $12,000 in interest alone. Your original debt didn't just get paid back, it more than tripled. That is the devastating power of the minimum payment trap. So you have to understand how this is even possible. It's not simple math. Interest on your credit card doesn't just add up month after month, it compounds, it multiplies. Now, this is a force that can build incredible wealth for you in investments, but when it's working against you in the form of debt, it is absolutely destructive. This table here shows you exactly how that spiral works. Just look at it. In month one, on a $2,000 balance, you get charged $30 in interest. Simple enough. But in month two, your balance is now higher, so the interest is calculated on that new, bigger amount. You are literally paying interest on your interest. It creates this downward spiral that just gets faster and faster over time. Okay, so beyond the brutal math, there is a whole other layer of manipulation going on. This is the sneaky part, the part that actually feels like a benefit, like they're doing you a favor. They create this whole illusion of loyalty and rewards, all while making the trap even tighter. You know what I'm talking about. Points, miles, cashback. They market it all as free, but the data doesn't lie. People who have rewards cards spend, on average, 15% more than people who don't, all because they're trying to earn those rewards. You end up spending way more real money just to get a tiny fraction back as a reward. The house always wins this game. And this quote right here, this just reveals the entire motive. Your credit limit has nothing to do with what you can comfortably afford to pay back. It's a cold calculation of the absolute maximum amount of debt the bank thinks it can squeeze out of you before you go broke. It's not about your financial well-being. It's about their maximum possible profit. So when you get that email that says, "Congratulations, we've increased your credit limit," don't for a second think it's a reward for good behavior. It's a signal. It means their computer models have identified you as a profitable customer, someone who carries a balance and pays interest. They're just giving you more rope. And if the interest wasn't enough, they hit you with the fees. Miss a payment by just one day? Boom, that's a fee. Plus, they can legally jack your interest rate up to a penalty rate of nearly 30%. Need some cash in an emergency? A cash advance hits you with a fee right off the bat and starts charging a sky-high interest rate from day one. These aren't mistakes, they're punishments designed to make a bad situation even worse. Okay, I know, we've gone through the psychological tricks, the mathematical traps, the hidden fees. It can feel completely overwhelming, but it's not hopeless. The second you understand how the trap is built, you can start to take it apart. So let's talk about the escape plan.
The way out is actually based on 3 really simple, non-negotiable rules. Rule number 1, pay your balance in full every single month. This is how you use the card without letting it use you. Rule number 2, if you absolutely can't pay it in full, you must always pay more than the minimum. Even an extra $50 a month can literally shave years off your debt. And rule number 3, track every swipe. Treat it like a debit card. If the money isn't actually in your bank account, you can't afford it. Period.
So we end up right back where we started with this one question. Now that you know the design, the math, the psychology behind it, I want you to look at that card in your wallet a little differently. It can be a useful tool, for sure, but only if you are in 100% control. The choice, now that you know the rules of the game, is yours. Are you using the card, or is it using you?